Hi friends, welcome to First Studies YouTube channel. This is part 24 in Azure Synapse Analytics playlist. In this video, we are going to discuss about temporary tables in Synapse SQL inside Azure Synapse Analytics. So we are going to discuss about temporary tables in dedicated SQL pool and serverless SQL pool, and also we are going to see how to create temporary table using create table as select syntax. We have discussed about this CTAS in past, right? So if you haven't seen that video, please watch the Synapse Analytics playlist videos one by one in the same order. And then we are going to discuss about how to draw a temporary table, and also there are a couple of limitations with the temporary table when it comes to Synapse SQL. So we are going to discuss that limitations as well. So firstly, let's discuss about what is temporary tables. So temporary tables are actually when you use in real time is whenever you try to process a data, especially whenever you are trying to do a transformation. In middle, if you get some intermediate results, if you want to store that intermediate results to process something else in the middle of the process, then you can use these temporary tables, right? So because temporary tables can hold your temporary result set in middle of the process, and you can consume that temporary result set once again to complete or to finish your entire transformation logic, right? So temporary tables are like a tables only, but it will hold the data whatever you are saving inside the temporary table only for certain period of time. It may be at a session level. In case of SQL Server, you can create a temporary table for global session level as well. Like that means all the sessions can access the same temporary table. That is called global temporary tables. But global temporary tables are not available in case of Synapse SQL. You can create only temporary tables which can exist only at a session level. So that means if you have connected with a Synapse SQL, either dedicated or serverless SQL, once you connect it, it will create one session actually. So inside that session, if you create one temporary table, that temporary table will be available only for that session only. I will practically show you that as well, don't worry. Okay, so and these temporary tables created by using this hash symbol in the syntax. So if you see this create table, then table name, in the table name, if you closely observe here, we are using this pound symbol or a hash symbol. So this symbol actually defines whether it is a normal table or a temporary table. And then here you will be providing your entire column list or column collection, and then with keyword what is the distribution type of that particular temporary table in case of Synapse SQL. Okay, so this is the syntax to create it. So what I did is, if you see here, I have opened two SQL Server management instances. One SQL Server management instance is connected with my dedicated SQL pool endpoint. If I go to browser, you can see this is my dedicated SQL pool endpoint. To this endpoint, I connected using one SQL Server Management Studio, and there is another instance of the SQL Server Management Studio. This is connected to the serverless SQL pool endpoint. You can see Mahir Synapse on demand, right? So if you go to browser, you can see the same thing. So one Management Studio connected with the dedicated, another one is connected with the serverless. So now what I am going to do, as is shown in this particular slide, so with this syntax, I am going to create one temporary table and practically show you that first. So the moment you connected with any server, right, any SQL server, so this is once you open any new query window there, that means you opened one session there. So in this session, let's assume I am trying to create a temporary table like this. So create table. So temporary table. So I should use this hash symbol. So let's say like TBL person. This is my temporary table name, and then inside this I should provide the column list. So let's assume I have a ID column, then maybe name column, which is going to be nvarchar 20 maybe. Okay, so I am creating this temporary table with these two columns. Let me execute this query and see my temporary table get created successfully. Now if I execute select star from that particular temporary table, I should see the columns. I mean, it should, of course, it should show me like a empty table because I don't have any data in it, inserted it. So let's try to execute a select query and see I got a ID column and name column with no data. That means my temporary table created successfully. If you want to insert any data into this temporary table, you can do that using insert statement. Insert into your table name, that is TBL person, then values, and in the values you can provide the values, maybe like 1 ID 1 and the name is Mahir. So let's assume I am inserting one row here. Let me execute this now, and now let me execute this select star from temporary table and see the results. See, I am able to see the results as well. But now if I go to dedicated SQL pool, if I go to tables and if I refresh, I will be not able to see the temporary table. Why? Because these temporary tables will get stored actually in the system database called TempDB. Inside the system databases, you will see something called TempDB. If you are using on-premises SQL Server or Azure SQL Server, you can see the TempDB. But here this is dedicated one, right? In the system databases folder, it will not show you for you. But what you can do, you can make sense of the same thing by using a fully qualified name of your temporary table. So what I can do here, I can use like TempDB dot. Inside that particular database, I am trying to access TBL person table. Okay. So now let me execute this query to make sure this table is available in the TempDB, right? So now this new query window, whatever I am opening here, this is like one session. So within this session only, you can access this temporary table. Why? Because you created it here. The moment you close the session, the temporary table will also get deleted automatically. So let's try to open another new session here by clicking the new query window here. See, now I am connecting and I am opening another new query window here. So this query window is like another session with my dedicated SQL pool. So this is one session and this is another session. So now if I take this select query on top of my temporary table, and if I take this to here, and if I execute this in this new another session, you will see invalid object. That means this temporary table is not available in the another session. So that is what the meaning of this particular line. So temporary tables will be available only at the session level. If the moment you move your session to another session, then they will be not available. The same query will run fine here because in this session only I created that temporary table. Okay. So let's go to presentation. And now, and one more thing here, see, I created temporary table and I inserted. But if you want, like if you have seen my previous video, in case of Synapse SQL, you can supply the distributions, right? Like distribution equals to whether it is a hash distribution or replicate distribution or there is a round robin distribution. All those distributions, if you want to apply, you can apply using this with keyword. Okay. So but if you see here, hash distribution, right? Hash distribution will require you to pass a column name as well, on which column you want to do that. If you don't know what is these distributions and all, I have covered already that in part 12th video in the Azure Synapse Analytics playlist. So please watch those distributions from there. I am not going to in detail of distributions here. So let me go to the another slide. Now you have seen you creating a temporary table with a normal syntax, but in our past videos we discussed about create table as select, right? That means whatever the output of the select query, on top of that output, if you want to create a table, you can use this create table as a select syntax, that is CTAS, right? So in that syntax, what you will do, you will be create table with keyword, then as, and here the select query. So whatever the result of this select query, on top of that result, with the help of that result, a new table will be created. So using this same CTS syntax, now you can create temporary table as well. And if you closely observe here, I am using a hash symbol in the table name. That means I am trying to create a temporary table here on top of the result of this particular select query. Okay. So let's try to see this practically. So let me go to this session here. Let me drop this temporary table. So drop table name. So I am trying to delete a temporary table which I created just now using this drop statement. Let me execute this. So now before explaining this create temporary table using this CTAS syntax, so let me show you something. So I have two tables in my dedicated SQL pool. One is called employee table, another one is called a department table. And if you see, employee table has ID, name, gender, department ID. Department table has department ID and department name. Now if you see, there is a select query on top of these two tables which is performing a join based upon the department IDs and getting employee ID, employee name, gender and department name. So let me execute this select query and make sure this query is working fine. See, this query is perfectly working fine. I can see the results as well. Now maybe think like, so on top of this result set, from this result set, I want to create a temporary table. That means I want to create a temporary table that will hold this output as a data. So how to do that? Because this is the output of a select query. So I can use that CTAS syntax. That means create table. Since it is a temporary table, I should use hash symbol. So let TB TMP employee. So this is the temporary table name I want to give. Then if you see that slide, create table name, then with keyword supply the distribution, then as, then your select query. So with maybe hash distribution only. So let's assume with distribution equals to hash, and I want this hash distribution to be applied on top of my ID column, maybe employee ID column. Okay. Then as, then after as, your actual select query. So if I run this, it is going to create a temporary table called employee TMP employee, which is going to hold this data whatever you are seeing here. So let me hit this execute button and let me practically see that. See, 5 rows affected. Now if I try to execute select query on top of this newly created temporary table, I should see the same output. So let me execute this select star from temp employee. See, so that means using CTAS syntax as well, I am able to create the temporary tables. Okay, so create table with distribution as your actual select query. Okay, so let's go to another slide. So as we have already seen, you can drop the temporary tables. The moment you close the session, that your temporary table will get deleted, or you can use this drop table temporary table name syntax. But actually in real time, right, whenever you are trying to close your temporary tables, try to use this if block to check whether the temporary table is there or not. If not there, if it is there, then create this drop this temporary table. So this syntax will help you to avoid any kind of errors, right? So why? Because let's assume you have created this temporary table, and maybe after this you are trying to execute one stored procedure, and inside that stored procedure you are trying to create another temporary table with the same name. So there is a conflict, right? So to avoid that, before creating any temporary table or before dropping it, you can use this if block to check, make sure whether that temporary table is available or not, and then take the actions accordingly. Okay, so now let's discuss about the limitations of these temporary tables in case of Synapse SQL. So in case of dedicated SQL, so Synapse SQL has two parts. One is dedicated SQL pool, another one is serverless SQL pool, right? So in case of dedicated SQL pool, there are few limitations. You cannot create global temporary tables. This is not available. And also you cannot create temporary tables on top of views. Let's assume you have a view created inside your database and you want to create a temporary table on top of that particular view, then that is also not possible. And then these temporary tables, whatever you create in the Synapse SQL, they can be either hash distribution or round robin distribution. Replicated distribution is not supported for the temporary tables. Okay, and the same temporary tables can be created in the serverless SQL pool as well. So let me go to serverless SQL pool window. So see here, this is serverless SQL pool window. So let's try to create a temporary table here as well. I have already typed this syntax, right? Create table TBL person ID name. So let me execute this query to create this temporary table, and then let me insert one row into this temporary table. So all this I am doing right now in the serverless SQL pool, and let me execute a select query on top of this. See, that means in the serverless SQL pool also you can able to create your temporary tables. Okay, but there is some limitations actually. So you cannot use these temporary tables in conjunction with the queries which is going to get the data from the files. That means in your query language, in your query syntax, or in your query logic, if you are trying to take the data from the files, then that is not possible actually. So for example, let's assume you want to perform a join using your temporary table on top of the data which is available in one of the storage as a file. So that is not possible. So the moment you try to query the data from the files, in that case you cannot do anything with the temporary tables there. Okay, and in case of a serverless SQL pool, these temporary tables has a limitation. You can create only 100 temporary tables, and these temporary tables can be only within this 100 MB size. So for example, you created one temporary table or 100 temporary table, whatever it is, the overall size of that particular temporary tables should not cross 100. So don't think like individual table can be go up to 100 MB. It's not like that. The total size of the entire temporary tables in the serverless SQL pool should not more than 100 MB. So this is also one limitation. Okay, so I hope you understood the concept of temporary tables in case of Synapse SQL. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get the notifications whenever I add videos. Thank you so much.